Today we are going to talk about the realistic Hollywood thriller film called The Stranger in Our Bed. The story begins with a lady named Charlotte who lives in a luxurious house with her rich husband. Her husband Tom is very caring and loves her very much, but still don't know why we can't see any happiness on Charlotte's face. Coming closer to Tom, she starts to feel suffocating. Clearly, nothing was going well between them. Tom, on the other hand, was trying his best to sort out this complicated relationship. He also tells Charlotte that they should try for the baby. But Charlotte would not agree. She did not have to be in this relationship anymore. She talks about leaving the house the very next day. She neither has any interest in Tom nor in his money. Obviously, Tom gets furious after hearing all this, and sabotages it but doesn't force Charlotte. Tom thought she would not do anything serious like this, but it didn't happen. In the morning, Charlotte packs all her belongings and starts waiting for someone on the way. For a guy named Ewan who is her boyfriend. Their affair is going on for the last few months. Finally today both will be able to live together. Charlotte was looking very happy, breathing in the open air like a free bird. But when she does not get any reply even after calling many times, then she starts getting a little tense. Then she herself goes to Ewan's house to meet him, to know why it is taking so long for him to come. But there the door opens, and a lady named Paula who doesn't even know Ewan tells no one else lives in that house except her. Charlotte was blank in tension. She doesn't understand what she will do now. The one whom she had left the house trusting, he cheated. Suddenly she feels that someone is watching her. A man whom Charlotte has never seen before. But the man disappears before she can understand anything properly. By then Tom's car had arrived. His mom's friend had informed him after seeing Charlotte standing like this on the road. So he came to take his wife back home. Charlotte returns home, despite not wanting to be with the same person in the same life. Tom was angry, but he knew why Charlotte did this. He was also equally guilty of her decision. He knows that he is so busy with work that he is unable to give her time. So she feels lonely. Tom promises that this will not happen from now on. He will fix everything. But not everything was so easy for Charlotte. She was feeling betrayed. Her mind was not agreeing. She starts remembering Ewan's words again and again. Now he was visible to her on every face everywhere. How did she get out of this? She goes to meet her mother-in-law, Isadora. We can understand from her words that she is very strict and dominating too. Taunts Charlotte very badly and reminds her that she has no other family than her. Charlotte's health deteriorates, and she starts going back home. Then she sees the same man again on the way, taking her photos. Charlotte doesn't like this thing. She goes and tells her husband. But Tom does not believe in her. Why would anyone follow her? Leaving all these unnecessary things, they should focus on their relationship, he says. Charlotte does the same. On weekends they go to Isadora's house, which is actually their mansion. While roaming there, Charlotte is very fond of a rose plant. Tom takes her photos there too. Slowly their relationship started to revive. But the maids of that house, Mrs. Tanner and the driver Stefan, kept an eye on them. Those who were looking very tense. God knows why. That night Charlotte learns that she is pregnant. This was a big surprise for Tom. He was not sure whether it was his child or not. But when Charlotte assures him, then all the doubts are cleared from his mind. The atmosphere of celebration was going on in the house. Tom started taking extra care of his wife. Even in the midst of all this, Charlotte was haunting Ewan's memories. At night she secretly checks the missing persons section. From there comes a report of a man named Daniel Ewan. Along with this, the contact number of his sister Rebecca was also given. Charlotte saves that number and calls her the next day as soon as she gets a chance. Here we notice, Tom doesn't want to leave her alone anywhere. Stefan accompanies her even when she goes on a walk. In such a situation it was very difficult for Charlotte to meet Rebecca. Still, she goes by somehow managing. And there she learns that Rebecca knows everything about them. But she is equally clueless about Ewan's disappearance. Then they decide that the next day they will go to the house where Charlotte used to meet Ewan. Even though Rebecca says she doesn't know of any such house. Charlotte is too late to return home. She was also not even receiving Tom's phone. This upsets Tom a lot. To pacify him, Charlotte tells a lie that she was busy shopping. But Tom isn't stupid. He put Charlotte's phone on track just for her safety. Really. Charlotte doesn't say anything anymore. The next day, she leaves her phone at home before leaving for the main state. But she can't get out. Before that, her husband returns along with Isadora. And as Isadora sees her picture, with a rose plant, she starts panicking a lot. On the other hand, Charlotte was getting late. She had to go to meet Rebecca. So she leaves the house on the pretext of buying a new dress and very soon reaches the house she thought to be Ewan's home. This time too, Paula is at the door and tells the same thing. But this time something different happens there. Charlotte sees a man there who has been following her for months. He also enters the same house. This means that the answer to their questions is definitely in this house. By mistake, the man had left the door open. So Charlotte and Rebecca go inside and secretly listen to the whole conversation. They come to know that this guy's name is Troy and he is Paula's boyfriend. Someone had hired Troy and Ewan to trap Charlotte. Ewan's job was to seduce her and Troy takes her photos. Troy has a lot of photos that he has taken out by hiding in this house. As soon as he knows that someone had come to find Ewan, he quickly starts to destroy the photos. Now Paula understands from his activity that he must have done something wrong in this house. So she asks for money in return and to keep her mouth shut. Troy talks about giving her something valuable, which is in the locker of this house. But he has forgotten the keys to the house itself. So he goes to get the keys, taking advantage of which Charlotte and Rebecca go to talk to Paula. They had to see that thing. Maybe it should give them some clue about Ewan. So she breaks Paula's locker and takes out a necklace from inside. Seeing this, Charlotte is shocked because it is Isadora's necklace. It means she is behind all this. Now someone knocks on the door. Paula goes to see and asks both of them to hide. Everyone thought Troy would be there, but it was someone else, who hides his face behind a black hoodie. He attacks Paula and kills her and runs away with the necklace. Everything happens in front of Charlotte and Rebecca, but both are unable to do anything. After a while, they escape from there by picking up the pieces of all the photos. Her hands and feet were trembling with fear. She didn't understand what she saw. Charlotte's condition was getting worse. She has to go home and face Isadora. Luckily, Stefan had done all the shopping for her, so she will have no problem going home and lying. That night, a small party was held in the house where Isadora also comes. Seeing her, Charlotte's health starts deteriorating, but she does confront her. She asks her why she wants to keep an eye on her. Isadora doesn't say anything in response, but her reaction is quite strange. She goes to her house and goes to Tom's room and starts looking for something in the cupboard. But then Tom comes and she hides. We see Tom taking some pictures out of the secret locker of the cupboard and looking at them. These were old photos of his mother from many years. Isadora does not sit still and she comes out and confronts her son. Here the first secret of this film opens. It turns out that Tom is not what he looks like. He is actually a psycho. And Isadora's life is full of secrets. When Tom was young, he had an affair with Peter, and both of them used to meet in the same room. Isadora wanted to leave her husband and go with him, but not just because of Tom. She felt that Tom was still young and he needed his mother. They didn't know that Tom knows everything already. Hiding in this cupboard, he used to enjoy her private moments. He used to take out her photos. He could not bear to love Peter anyone more than him. So one day he killed Peter, and which had to be covered up by Isadora. Since childhood, Tom is very self-centered. He doesn't always think of anyone other than himself. There is no habit of sharing anything, even if it is a human being. Isadora was aware of his habits. So when she hears that he has accepted his cheater wife, she gets suspicious. She understands that there must be some other reason behind this. That's why today she came to find out the same. But Tom injures her in such a way that poor Isadora starts having seizures. She is not able to survive. She has to die at the hands of her own son. Meanwhile, Rebecca was trying to add those photos but could not find any clear clue. Charlotte could not understand anything and couldn't say anything to Tom. At last, Rebecca accepts defeat. She was afraid that she might lose her life in this affair. She tells Charlotte not to contact her from now on. In such a situation, Charlotte gets the news of Isadora's death, and she has given all her savings of $3 million in her name. This was very shocking for Charlotte. Along with Tom, he starts shouting in front of everyone and is unable to control his anger. He even raises his hand at his pregnant wife. As usual, He felt that Charlotte must have manipulated Isadora, having cheated on him. Charlotte couldn't understand that if Isadora doubted her, it meant she disliked her. So why did she leave so much money in her name? She decides what happened and won't think about all of them unnecessarily. Tom also apologizes and promises that he will show up as a perfect husband in the future. Charlotte once again gives him a chance and convinces herself, this time really everything will be alright. But it didn't happen. In the name of the return gift, Tom gives her a huge blow. It turns out that Tom gifted her the same necklace that Paula's murderer had picked up. Where did this come to Tom? It also means he is a murderer. He is behind all this. Charlotte was getting very scared. But she didn't run away from the house because she wanted proof. She had to find Ewan too. So she locked herself in the bathroom and sent Tom to bring medicines to the shop, giving the excuse of weakness. As it turns out, Charlotte is the first to call Stefan and then calls Rebecca and informs everything. What she was going to do was very risky. Rebecca warns her, but she doesn't stop. Giving the address to Rebecca of this house, she asks to inform the police after some time. Until then, Charlotte will find what she's looking for. After this, she goes to Tom's office, where Charlotte gets the photos on her laptop which were on Ewan's phone. This reminds her that Tom too has a habit of clicking photos. And there is only one place in this house where no one else is allowed to go except him, the dark room. Tom is very possessive about it, so the evidence must be there. Charlotte does not delay anymore, taking out the key from the cupboard and reaching that room. And she did not expect anything like what she sees in her dream. Those rooms were filled with her photos. Naked photos of her, intimate photos with Ewan, and some photos that were taken while she was sleeping. This was evidence of Tom's mental imbalance. Some may have been clicked by Tom and some by Troy. Charlotte also gets photos of her college time there. This means Tom has been following her since then. When she was trying to analyze all those things, just then Tom shows up. And Charlotte learns about another secret. Tom had hired Evan to seduce Charlotte, to test her loyalty, which she failed. When she used to meet him, where he used to go, he knew everything but he never said anything. But slowly things started getting out of hand. Charlotte and Evan had fallen in love with each other. Ewan then comes over to his house one night to tell him that he is taking Charlotte with him. He doesn't want any more money. He will tell Charlotte everything. Tom could not bear this. His plan was weighing on him. So he killed Evan in the same room. He doesn't want to hurt Charlotte, but he definitely wants to keep her imprisoned. Whether there is love in her heart or not, Charlotte will have to be with him. He forgave her, isn't it enough? But Charlotte had understood his plan. So she tries to run away, and in return, Tom knocks her unconscious, and then tries to bury her alive under the white rose plant. If Charlotte can't be his, then no one else will either. And anyway, she has come to know too much. Despite Paula's blood, Charlotte had seen it. When Charlotte regains consciousness, she sees a skeleton beside her which was quite old. This means Tom had killed someone even before this. But this time he was not successful. Charlotte knocks him unconscious by hitting him with a skull, and Tom falls into the same pit. By then both Stefan and the police had arrived. Then Charlotte starts going towards them. But she didn't know that Tom had regained consciousness and again proceeded to attack Charlotte. Stefan shoots Tom in front of the police to save Charlotte. No, he is not in jail. Charlotte supports him. A few months pass by and Charlotte gives birth to a baby boy. Now she is the owner of this estate, and she has to handle everything now. One day while looking at Isadora's papers, she comes to know that the caretaker of the house, Mrs. Tanner, is given $1,000 every month. There was still a question in her mind as to why. She had noticed several times that Tom and Mrs. Tanner didn't get along at all. There was always a cold war going on. Charlotte wanted an answer to all this, so she reaches Mrs. Tanner's house. And there she discovers Mrs. Tanner is actually a testimony to Tom's sins. She has helped in hiding his crimes twice. In return, Isadora used to give her money to keep his secret hidden. That corpse under the rose plant belonged to Peter. Perhaps that is why Isadora got emotional seeing that place. Tom also gives the responsibility of disposing of Ewan's body to Tanner and Stefan only. By telling the story of a lie, he tried to handle the situation by calling Ewan a thief, which Mrs. Tanner did not believe. She had recognized Tom from the experience of so many years. So when she saw Ewan is alive, she didn't say anything to anyone. Secretly kept treating him in her house, taking care of him with her own money. Due to this, today he has recovered to a great extent. What could be more joyous for Charlotte than this? At last, she will be able to spend life with Ewan, for which she did so much and had to suffer so much. That's what she deserves, doesn't she? The story ends here.